how many places are we going to go to where they say, sorry, no testing? It's like, I have to work.
We're at one of the largest testing sites in Miami. This is Tropical Park, and before sunrise, the lines were wrapping all the way around it and starting to spill out into the streets. The wait so long at times over the past few days, we're hearing of people running out of gas. This morning we have the new CDC guidance and some alarming numbers regarding kids and COVID.
The number of children hospitalized with COVID-19 surging. Nearly 200,000 more children tested positive for COVID last week, up by about 50% since the beginning of December, according to a new report from the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Children's Hospital Association.
The most important thing you can do as a parent right now is get your child vaccinated if they qualify for the vaccine, if they're 5 and up. If they don't qualify for the vaccine, make sure everyone else around them is vaccinated.
Children accounting for about 20% of cases last week. But with the Omicron variant bearing down on the U.S., the CDC is now updating guidance for asymptomatic Americans infected with COVID-19, cutting the isolation period in half from 10 to 5 days, followed by strict mask wearing for another 5 days. Same for their close contacts who may have been exposed, the CDC recommending a minimum 5-day quarantine if they are unvaccinated or late for their booster. They added the exposed should wear a mask around others for at least 5 days after their quarantine is over. But even as health officials adjust guidance, President Biden warning some hospitals will be overrun and says more needs to be done to get tests to those who need them.
Seeing how tough it was for some folks to get a test this weekend shows that we have more work to do, and we're doing it.
It has been a rough couple of days here at O'Hare and at airports across the country, and as airlines continue to play catch up, the anxiety for a lot of passengers is growing.
More people stranded after the holidays. Airlines canceled about 1,100 domestic flights Monday, many due to staffing shortages as Omicron cases surge.
It's the holidays. I was hoping it wouldn't be me, but I mean, everybody's going through it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it doesn't get delayed again.
And with the pandemic still raging, travelers' frustrations are boiling over. With over 5,700 unruly passenger reports this year alone, over the holiday on this Atlanta-bound Delta flight, a verbal altercation escalates and gets physical as a female passenger confronts and punches an older man. Police arrested the woman, and the FBI is now leading the investigation. Delta telling ABC News, while unruly passenger incidents are rare, there is no place for them on our aircraft. But 2 years into the pandemic, COVID-19 protocols are still leading to challenges on some flights. And while fights over COVID restrictions can still flare up, Dr. Anthony Fauci says a vaccine mandate for domestic travelers may be necessary.
When you make vaccination a requirement, that's another incentive to get more people vaccinated. If you want to do that with domestic flights, I think that's something that seriously should be considered.